So not only is there a brand new One Punch Man chapter to talk about today, but we also got to talk about some other related One Punch Man news that has recently come out. Some good news and unfortunately some bad as well. Starting with the chapter though, if you guys remember from the previous one, we had just gotten off of the whole backstory to Amai Mask as he was explaining it to Saitama and also trying to convince him to become his idol hero, the next number one hero pretty much. Saitama rejects it and he ends up dipping. But then immediately after this, we have this new monster that appears that starts attacking some, people at this carnival that they're at. He appears to be some kind of monster clown that Amai Mask quickly just straight up scrambled his head. Well, what we're seeing in this new chapter as it picks up right from that moment, he is not dead yet. Just before that though, of course, we get the usual Fubuki cover. I mean, this one's colored, so that, that's a little different. But anyway, after having his head completely split apart, the monster manages to reform its head. And at the same time, one of his 3 balloons pops. And in that moment, Amai Mask starts to think to himself how the hell that just happened. But then Amai Mask eventually realizes that these 3 balloons act as almost lives for the clown monster to use up. Once he takes enough damage, one of the balloons pops. So since one of them popped when Amai Mask did that last attack, he pretty much has 2 lives left. This is also when Amai Mask realizes that this is probably a human that just recently turned into a monster that ended up fusing with his costume. So that's how he has his clown-themed monster powers. He was probably a circus clown at some point. But that's not all, because things get much more interesting. But first I want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Raid Shadow Legends. If you click the link in the description or scan the QR code on your screen right now, you'll get 2 free starter packs that both contain epic champions. One being Tayrel and the other being Rector Drath. But also if you're a new player and use one of these 5 promo codes, you'll also get a legendary champion for free. You can choose from Green Warden Ruark, Alice the Wanderer, Tuhan Rock, Tholan Foulbeard, or Sun Wukong the Monkey King. So yeah, use that link to get some free stuff and also support the channel. But anyway, back to the video. After recovering, the clown monster gears up to attack Amai Mask once again, but Amai Mask easily dodges the attack and deals his own heavy blow to his body. This time though, the clown monster ends up absorbing some of the damage with his hammer, so one of the balloons doesn't need to pop. And this is when we start getting the realization to what this clown monster's true, seriously dangerous power is. It's not just the fact that he's superhuman essentially and can die 3 times. It's actually the fact that with the more attention that he gets, the stronger that he gets. Because he starts going on about how all this attention feels so good and it's making this feeling run through his body, which is power in this sense. This is when Amai Mask continues his inner monologue and starts saying that, yeah, this makes sense, monsterizing over the desperate need for attention. This is something that can lead to monsterization as well. And just like with Ugmon, Fear or Ugly, the feeling of inferiority that turned him into a monster in the first place gives him more strength. In this case, it's attention, the desperate need for attention for this clown, which is, what monsterized him in the first place probably, is now making him stronger and stronger the more attention he's getting. So this is probably one of the worst matchups that Amai Mask can have because he's a celebrity. He's the most famous hero of all the heroes in the Hero Association. So he knows how dangerous the situation is. He's thankful that he caught him early on to defeat him right there and then. But he makes a massive mistake because again, he is a very famous person. So trying to keep the public safe, he ends up calling out to them and telling them to flee and find shelter. But in that moment, that's when the clown monster and the crowd around them realize that it's Amai Mask fighting the monster. And of course, because of this, the bystanders start going wild, giving the whole altercation more and more attention, calling for Amai Mask's name. Which you can imagine is probably one of the worst situations that can happen here because we then see the clown monster start to seriously bulk up and get much bigger and stronger. Initially he was shown to be named Pesky Clown at Disaster Level Tiger, but from how powerful he's getting and how powerful he's going to get in the next chapter, trust me, he's going to be much stronger. And this chapter was a little bit of a shorter one, so I wish they would have covered more of the fight in this chapter, but I know for a fact that in the very next one, there's going to be a lot of crazy shenanigans that go on. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. But on top of that, I also told you guys that I'd be talking about some recent One Punch Man news that has come up. So let's start off with the good news. I'm sure a lot of you by now have already seen that Fortnite recently did confirm their One Punch Man collab. By the time you're watching this, it's already live on Fortnite and you can have access to unlock either Saitama, Tatsumaki, or Genos. Now, of course, I know there's a lot of you here that probably do not care at all about this because, you don't play Fortnite or you don't really think it's much relevant news for, let's say, Season 3. But in my opinion, I think this is very good news for the series in general or the IP in general because, I mean, for those of you that follow One Punch Man on a regular basis, you know that they're very like mediocre at promotion and kind of getting the hype up for the next upcoming season. So having a collab with Fortnite, like a major game, is actually a pretty big deal, because it puts so many eyeballs on the One Punch Man IP and is going to make like at least the opening episode for season 3 a big success with a lot of viewers. Now it's yet to be seen if they're going to be able to carry that attention and hype into the rest of the season. This is all going to depend on the animation, of course. But at least this is a rare W for the marketing department over there, for the people that are handling the One Punch Man IP. One thing I will say that I think is a little odd though is that Tatsumaki is the character that was selected here. I know she's more popular than Fubuki, but I feel like Fubuki would have been better for the fact that like Tatsumaki's skin is going to be literally like the same height as Saitama, which is like super weird, you know what I mean? Unless I'm wrong. I haven't played it yet myself, so let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong or if I'm missing other stuff that was added to the game for the One Punch Man collab, because I know there's like some weapons that were added as well. But now on to the bad news, or I guess there's some good news wrapped in there, you know, for some of you guys that care about, like, let's say the opener for One Punch Man Season 3. I mean, I for one thought that both the Season 1 and Season 2 intros were very good. Jam Project knocks it out of the park every single time. And of course, the news was revealed a while back that Jam Project will be covering the next intro of Season 3. But on top of that, it was also revealed that there's another band that's kind of collabing with them on the intro, a band called Baby Metal. I've actually never heard of them before this, but apparently there's a lot of Baby Metal fans out there, so I think that's going to be very exciting for the intro. Along with the series, of course, the One Punch Man openers in particular are always like super iconic and catchy, so I really hope they nail this one like they did the first two. But where this announcement was made was at Anime NYC, the special panel that they had there, which is an anime convention that's in New York. Many people had assumed, or at least hoped, that since at Anime Expo about a month ago, where I was at actually, they didn't show a One Punch Man trailer, that they were definitely going to show it here because we're like 2 months away from the season opening, right? Unfortunately, we had absolutely nothing of note when it comes to like the actual animation of the season, like no directors, like no more, you know, no new production team selections, and of course no new trailer, no new visuals, nothing. Unless I'm missing something. Let me know in the comments below if I'm missing something, but that is a major bummer, and it just makes you very nervous and just like pessimistic for things going forward, because like how can we be 2 months away from the season and we don't know who the director is? We don't really know much more about the production team. We don't have any type of like actual trailer. Everything that's been given to us is apparently all just like pre-made outside of the season itself, like the actual animation that we're going to be seeing in the episodes. And it really just raises like the troubling question, like why are they doing things this way? Like why are they keeping things so secret? Like, do they just have nothing to show us? That would be the worst case scenario, that like 6 years later and like a year and a half later, after they announced they were in production for the season, they still don't have like a solid product to show to us as at least some kind of snippet of the season itself, you know? So that's very concerning. I'm not gonna lie. I did say a while back though that I wasn't gonna be like all doom and gloom on this channel really anymore when it comes to One Punch Man Season 3. I'm just gonna be honest. My expectations are pretty low. I'm hoping for the best. I'm still gonna watch the season no matter what. I'm gonna be excited to do it along with you guys. So make sure to subscribe so we can go on this like either amazing or terrible journey together once the season starts to come up. That is it for this one though. Have an absolutely wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.